Harish, we're getting a big story coming in where the centre is opposed to same-sex marriage in the Supreme Court, citing Indian culture, saying that marriage itself necessarily presupposes a union between two persons of the opposite sex. What is your first-up reaction, given that even homosexuals today in society have a fundamental right to be with whoever they want?
Exactly. I mean, we live in a pluralistic society, and if we are speaking about culture, Chaiti, the culture is not something that is static. Culture is something that evolves, and it involves everyone who is in the margins as well. And India, I'm very proud of Indian culture because Indian culture is one that accepts everyone who is different. And in fact, if you're opposing same-sex marriage, you're actually championing Western Victorian morality, because these were the same kind of debates that happened during 377 and the same kind of arguments that were fought, and we again have to reiterate the same things, that culture is something that's evolving. Indian culture is something that accepts. Indians are ones who open their hearts and minds to people who are different, and I believe in Indian culture. I just hope that everyone in the centre also believes in Indian culture one day.
No, but clearly, you know, they have opposed it. They have opposed it. What is your expectation from the Supreme Court now? Of course, they will take a legal standpoint on this, but what would, in a utopian world, be your expectation in terms of what the Supreme Court holds as far as this is concerned?
Betty, if you'd ask me about utopia, I mean, we have always had the Supreme Court, which has walked like 10 steps ahead of any centre, any government for that matter. So I do hope that we will have legal recognition for our relationships, just as heterosexuals have legal recognition for their relationships. I do hope that that would happen, and I hope that the Supreme Court, in all its maturity, like it's always had, will uphold the rights of even the least common denominator in our country.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Harish, for joining us on this particular broadcast. We'll continue getting you more reactions as we go along the way, because here you've got a big development with the centres opposing same-sex marriage in the Supreme Court. Activists like Harish also going on to question, can culture not evolve? And a big question of fundamental rights of LGBTQ fraternity also come into question.